Senator Lindsey Graham decided to abandon the sinking Trump ship following thousands of Trump supporters crowding and then breaching into the Capitol building yesterday. They vandalized congressional offices. They, in some cases, we'll show you video and pictures later, but one individual was shown with zip ties on the House floor. I mean, it was just absolutely horrendous behavior. And Lindsey Graham probably realized, oh, maybe I need to change my tune and abandon Trump right now. And so he did. As you guys know, Congress was certifying the electoral votes. And that was part of the reason why you had this angry Trump mob storming into the Capitol building. Now, after that disruption happened, Congress did reconvene. They finished the process, but before they did so, of course, there were still some GOP lawmakers who spoke out and challenged the electoral votes. Not Lindsey Graham, though. Lindsey Graham decided to go in a different direction. So we're going to show you a little bit of his speech, but I want to be clear about something before we go to it. This is not rehabilitating his image, okay? I want to be as clear as possible about who Lindsey Graham is. Lindsey Graham has no principles. He has no values. In fact, the only thing he values is himself and his own political career. So even though he seems to talk the talk here, do not forget about what he actually represents. Let's take a look.
It is over. The final thing, Joe Biden, I've traveled the world with Joe. I hoped he lost. I prayed he would lose. He won. He's the legitimate president of the United States. I cannot convince people, certain groups, by my words, but I will tell you by my actions that maybe I, above all others in this body, need to say this. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris are lawfully elected and will become the president and the vice president of the United States on January the 20th.
So Mr. Tough Guy over there, again, he said what he needed to say. And so I'm happy that he gave the speech that he gave. But I'm not happy with the media essentially forgetting about everything that he has done to aid and abet these false allegations regarding widespread voter fraud. He aided and abetted. In fact, I want to just remind you all about one example, and then we'll go to you, Cenk. Let's take a look at what he had to say when he was on Hannity fairly recently.
I'm here tonight to stand with President Trump. He stood with me. He's the reason we're going to have a Senate majority. My race was overwhelming. He helped Senate Republicans. We're going to pick up House seats because of the campaign that President Trump won. I'm going to donate $500,000 tonight to President Trump's defense legal fund. I've been on your show. You've raised a ton of money for me. Your audience was incredibly helpful to lindseygraham.com. Give to donaldjtrump.com.
What an incredibly embarrassing man. Cenk, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so look, we needed the Mitch McConnells and Lindsey Grahams of the world for one day to not join a violent coup against the United States of America. The lowest bar in American history. And they eked over it. they like flopped over the bar of, okay, fine, we're not gonna take part in the violent coup and that's a bad idea. Fine, I guess we still have democracy. So great, I'm glad they did that. The certification is 1,000,000,000% over. Now they're totally and utterly useless and they should be attacked at all times. So it's not personal and it's not that we're attacking them because we randomly hate civility. That's what the mainstream media tells you. Oh, like the progressives, they have no real reason to oppose Republicans or corporate Democrats. They just don't like to be civil. What an insane way of thinking. No, you attack Lindsey Graham because number one, the truth matters. And that guy spent 4 years up Donald Trump's ass. And so now when Trump has him exit that orifice and he's swimming around in the pool, I'm not gonna go around going, hey, what a great swimmer, congratulations, Lindsey. No, not congratulations, you're a monster. And you're the most obvious lying hypocrite of all time, as we're about to show you in more videos. And so, no, you don't get any credit. You don't get any credit, Lindsey Graham, you sniveling, lying little coward. And then secondly, as we go forward, there is strategic reasons to fight them. They are going to oppose a $15 minimum wage. They're going to oppose so many things that are going to help you in your life that are actually easy, that the whole country wants, including Republican voters. So since the corporate Democrats and the mainstream media will not do it, it is our job to point out that people like Lindsey Graham hate the average American voter. They hated our democracy in the first place, and now they're gonna try their hardest to deny you healthcare, to deny you higher wages, and when they do, we're gonna be here to kick their ass.
Lindsey Graham suggested throwing out ballots in order to help Donald Trump steal the election. So I don't even consider him a run-of-the-mill Republican lawmaker that we're gonna debate with or battle with when it comes to policy. He's someone that absolutely should be prosecuted right now. He should be investigated for his part in enabling, aiding and abetting Donald Trump and his smears and lies regarding this election. Lindsey Graham is absolute garbage and does not deserve any type of leadership role, any type of position of power within our government, because he has proven over and over again that he's only looking out for himself, and he's willing to aid and abet anyone, even someone who's trying to dismantle our democratic process or overturn legitimate results of this election for his own political gain. And I do have more video to prove my point on that. So let's go to the next video to give you a sense of just how much Lindsey Graham has played a role in all of this.
Has been tweeted on lynching this morning, comparing it to his impeachment inquiry. What is your reaction to that?
I think that's pretty well accurate. So yeah, this is a lynching in every sense. This is un-American. He keeps telling me that the phone call was perfect. I'm saying, Mr. President, the phone call was okay with me.
I'm a Marine, I went to Iraq, and I believe, as I believe that you do, that President Trump is not acting in accordance to his oath. The oath that you took, and I did, to defend the Constitution. You took an oath.
Yeah, I did.
I mean, you have. Is that it?
That's it. That from the time President Trump wakes up till he goes to bed, there's an effort to destroy his presidency.
Looked like a fun day.
It was a fun day, and Trump's the best golfer. You're the best golfer.
You see
By
that?
far. David Perdue is the best golfer, second only to the president.
And when anyone tells you who they are, you should believe them. Lindsey Graham was incredibly transparent about what motivates him, why he decided to become a Trump loyalist after he was elected, when during the Republican primary, he was vicious toward Trump. And during an interview with the New York Times, he said exactly what he repeated, exactly what I'm saying and accusing him of right now, that he will do whatever it takes for his own political gain. Listen.
I like being relevant, and the way you stay relevant is you stay engaged. There's a lot of space here to take on tough issues because most people shy away from them.
Right. So Lindsey Graham said, like, John and I were relevant together. I mean, it was like we're sharing a meal together. We're sharing a value system together, and that value system was relevance. And I was confused by the word. I said, what do you mean by that? And he said, relevant is like in the middle of everything. Relevant is you're making a difference.
It means that during the time in which you possess political influence and power, use it.
Yeah, and the question that was posed to him in that interview was, how do you reconcile the fact that Donald Trump was so vicious to your good friend John McCain, and now you seem to side with Donald Trump on everything? And he answered with that, with that statement about how relevance is more important to him than doing the right thing, really. So that's who Lindsey Graham is.
Yeah, look, last thought on this is I'm curious how the rest of the media is going to handle this. Our job is to seek out truth and to share it with you to the best of our ability. So we're never going to mince our words. Lindsey Graham is a liar through and through, the world's biggest hypocrite. You saw that with what they did with the Supreme Court. You saw Lindsey Graham vociferously opposing Donald Trump before the election. You saw him kissing his ass during his 4 years, and then you saw him at the end saying, Donald Trump, what name so? No, Biden's president, everything's good. I don't have anything to do with this violence, right? Sure. No, you fed that wolf, Lindsey Graham. That's the wolf you chose to feed, and you did it for your own ambition, and you even admitted it. So will the rest of the media go back to giving him credibility? Will they go back to saying, oh, my assumption is that Lindsey Graham is telling the truth and that he has an ideology and that he's trying to act it within his principles? Because if they make that assumption, they are lying to you on purpose. They know just as well as we know, and you saw it with your own eyes, that Lindsey Graham does not have any principles. He's a lying hypocrite, Weasley politician who just wants to be quote unquote relevant, okay? So media, it's on you guys. If your set assumption is that politicians tell the truth, that has not been borne out by the facts. And the American people don't believe that, and they are right. If you continue to assume that politicians like Lindsey Graham are telling the truth, well, then you're not really reporters. You just aren't. You're people who help the powerful spread their propaganda. Your base assumption should be that people like Lindsey Graham are lying, and they have to prove to you that they're telling the truth, because that is a far more correct and factual assumption. If you don't go off of that, it's just that you've chosen that you don't want to do hard-hitting journalism. You want to accommodate power. And look, the good news is we don't know which way the media is going to go. They did get tougher with Trump. They did get tougher with power at the end. Are they going to continue that? Or are they going to go back to bowing their heads to Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, Mitch McConnell, and Lindsey Graham? Well, we're about to find out real soon.